the elementals are responding to the petri dish lighting up. The whole human petri dish lighting up simultaneous in the consciousness of Christos. Got it. Thanks. Christos Sophia Magdalene. The purification of our lunar solar vessels. For our welcoming home into the cosmic Akash. Pay close attention to nature. She's looking rather spectacular in the miracle coordinate now, as she always has. There's another ship. It just totally went off the radar for a minute when I first saw it. And then it appeared again. Watch. It's going to happen again. It's going to go off the radar. Now you see it. Watch it. Now you don't.
Oh my God.
Now you don't.
Wow. Amazing. Now you don't.
That's the truth of reality. 1 minute you see the ship and the next minute don't. Does it mean that the ship isn't there anymore? Maybe nature wants us to focus on something else, on that miracle, and we don't see it. So it's best not to get fixated on anything. From the place of the senses and the eyes. Now we are heading to the cottage. Yeah, not to get fixated on things from the place of the eyes, but to continue to tune into what is it that we love about seeing the ship that just appeared. And stay attuned to that place inside. And by doing that, there is no hunger or longing. There is just only beautiful love. This is how we bring our seeds to fruition in the physical, is just to focus on our seeds from a place of love. And this love is all-pervading, the love that we're speaking of, and it comes from that attunement within us that we started the transmission from, which is the balancing of our inner energies. Yeah, let's go that way. I would say the other way normally, but the festival is going on. We are going to look for the little shortcut road. We'll be coming up. It's just up ahead. You got it. Symphonic is flying the light ship. Here we are. The shortcut home through miracles, through love. Just keep focusing on the feeling of love, planting the seeds of our highest excitement, and they have already come to fruition, and we are already in the part of the journey where we are beginning to have the opportunity to experience our highest dreams truly showing up in our external vision, our external reflection, our external world. So stay focused. Let everything fall away that is not of wholeness and stillness inside of our cells. So originally the transmission started because we were walking through the market, this fun Saturday art festival evening market in Kapa'a. And I heard a Hawaiian man speak, and I mentioned to Symphonic that how interesting it's always been to me how a lot of the Hawaiian people, the Hawaiian men, have a higher pitch to their voices and their sound. And there is a most definite sound to aloha in the voice, connected with the ha, the breath, and connected with the beauty all around. So when we hear a lot of people who are Hawaiian speaking, we can hear the aloha, the breath in the sound of what's coming through, and that is what is programming the field. The breath is made of droplets of water, or water particles travel upon the breath, the air, the elementals within us. And the breath carries water particles around us, adamantine particles of creation. So water, as we know, is programmable. So with every thought and every breath outward, we are breathing out our dreams. Billions of little seeds, trillions, hundreds of trillions of seeds through the droplets of our breath. And we are breathing in droplets of water also. And that is part of what is occurring for all of we as we are all working to... Is that the one? Yes. We are all working... It's a quick little turn we had to take there. We are all working towards and successful, very successful at it, shifting the inner world. So when we breathe in the water particles that maybe have programmed with a different consciousness, we've been breathing them inside of ourselves, reprogramming our thought process and sending out new water droplets to the field all around. And this is the greatest way we can make a difference in our elemental bodies. And we are seeing this now. So what I was sharing about the beautiful sound of the voice of some of the Hawaiian men is that it sounds different than some of the voices of, if we were to say, men of the Western world. And one thing that I was sharing is that the traditional cultures, the true root races of the earth, when we say the original peoples, we are speaking about balanced spirit in the realms of the physical. And as we are coming into the remembrance of that attunement and alignment within us, and what does that really mean? As we're navigating our own internal realms to neutralize old thought programs or thought processes with every breath, We're transforming everything around, and there's an owl.
I just saw
Whale.
that. Oh my gosh.
Cool.
Wow.
Right over top of the light ship, sending the miracle coordinates. So profound, the interaction with nature all around. So as we may be doing these final navigations inside the selves, what we're literally doing is reprogramming ourselves through the breath and through our choice of focus. And the piece that we were sharing about the voice, and this different voice that is heard in some of the Hawaiian men is a really cool piece that the guidance was coming through with, saying that in cultures of balance, everyone is balanced and equal in all of their energies within, and that's what makes us quantum. That's what makes many indigenous cultures on the planet quantum. And that's what allows all of us to be quantum, is the balanced nature within. So what the guidance was showing has been happening for humans on the earth, restoring our balance inside of the garden within us, is that those in feminine bodies have been receiving upgrades inside of their cells to balance their masculine, to rise their masculine. Masculine have been rising the energies to balance their feminine. Feminine have been rising their feminine energies to balance their feminine. Masculine have been rising masculine energies to balance their masculine. So there's a whole lot of balancing going on. And there's no one way that it's occurring. It's occurring uniquely inside of each one of us. But there's a whole lot of balancing going on. And so what the guidance was showing with the balancing through the breath, through the voice, is that along with this balancing is huge physical body transfiguration. Because we are water, and if water comes through the breath on droplets, and those droplets are programmed, and that is how we are shaping our realms, it's also how we are shaping our bodies, our body vehicles, and the external reality around. And to deeply trust in finding zero point. So cool. When I was communing with Grandma Silverstar many miracle coordinates ago, and she used the word 0 point. She talked about it from when she was a child. She was telling me a story from when she was a child. And she used the word 0 point, and I went, wow. It didn't come from the scientists like the Western world thought, that term. It's quantum. Thank goodness for the star elders on the earth. So it's just all one beautiful balancing act occurring within us to balance all of our energies, all of our polarities. And so the Hawaiian voice, the voice of the Hawaiian man that we walked by, that had a higher pitch to his voice, but not just a higher pitch, it's a unique quality to the speaking of the Hawaiian people. The guidance showed that the transformation occurring within we is truly the birthing of our solar cosmic consciousness inside of these bodies of form, and that the man's voice that we heard represented his experience of growing up in his own personal journey as a balanced consciousness in his surroundings and his world, his family, and so on. So our mind can assist in finding balance, but the greatest thing is for the mind to dissolve completely back into the heart-mind, the unified, coherent field of consciousness. And that can feel, for people, quite frankly, maybe terrifying. Because as the mind, quotation marks, dissolves while we are bridging worlds, there may be a sense of great fear and anxiety coming up within we's. And that's okay, just be with it and keep going and trust. Because the beautiful Hawaiian man's voice that we were hearing was the voice of a balanced consciousness within a physical body. So it sounds different than what we might know of the quotation mark standard voices of our polarities or opposites that have been playing out through us all, that played out in our old story. And the voice is a profound way to find that space of peace. A wonderful friend named Dawn Estes created amazing technology to analyze the voice. And I have had the joy and pleasure of experiencing that technology several times. And the technology is one of a feedback loop through many different systems, but one of them is visual, and it's a screen full of colored dots. And when we speak with coherence, incredible geometries are formed by the colored dots on the screen. When we're not coherent, the dots remain in a state of chaos or scattered. There's no apparent form. This is the cymatics of creation, which we've seen in many different examples, like sand on a metal plate with a violin bow playing through it, forming cymatics. Well, we are forming cymatics as well. We are forming cymatics in our creation all around we, with every thought and every breath together. This is our human technology. So if we are looking for a sense of what is occurring, we could say that there are a whole lot of mechanics going on of transfiguration within our physical bodies and around us in the field of form, in our human realities. Being mindful of the power of our capacity for creation is the beautiful, glorious key to recognize our capacity to generate and create beauty and love and harmony and balance and peace. Peace, love, light, and aloha.